I got to the point where it even hurt to walk, and it did make it so that I could not go places. Just a really bad backache. Like I could barely move. Yeah, in the lower back. So I needed some relief, and my friend recommended Dr. Redpath. So I came here, and it was like a miracle.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy how impactful back pain how debilitating it can be, because you can't really do anything, right?
No, I literally could barely get out of bed, and every move I made, I screamed because I was in that much pain. What brought it on, I have no idea. Whether it was lifting or I'm not sure what it was, but it was no accident or anything. It just started coming. But I have been diagnosed with osteoarthritis in the lower back, so I know that, I do get back pain, but it was so bad that I had to get quick relief. So
right, and he was able to help you out with that?
Oh yes.
Okay,
yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
And so we've been working together for a while, and how do you find that kind of experience? How is that working for you? Like, why do you keep coming back, if you will?
Well, to help relieve the pain, and you have very different techniques than Dr. Redpath, but they all seem to work.
Right.
Yeah, it's very good relief for my back. So
okay.
And my hip.
Right.
Because I do have hip pain as well.
Right. So tell me about that. Where were you experiencing the hip pain? When did that kind of start?
I would say probably about 1.5 years, 2 years ago, started feeling a lot of pain in my right hip. I got to the point where I couldn't lay on it. It was hard to walk. I experienced pain when I was walking. Any kind of activity, my hip was hurting so bad. So the shock therapy worked wonders for me. It was excellent.
Was the hip pain stopping you from doing things? Were you a little more inactive, like you wanted to do things but you weren't able to, or was it just annoying?
No, I would say it did stop me from doing things, because I got to the point where it even hurt to walk, and I walk all over the place. I don't drive, so I'm a walker, and it did make it so that I could not go places. I couldn't do things I normally did.
Right. Yeah, and you don't drive,
bad.
right? So you couldn't go to
Right.
the stores. You couldn't do anything really. So you're kind of stuck at your house.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And so then we did a couple shockwave sessions. So tell me about that.
I was a little hesitant at first, but I was in so much pain that I thought, why not give it a try? And at the beginning, it offered the free session, and I thought, why not try it, right? To see, and it worked amazing. So yes, I returned to have more because it worked really well.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I first got it, I think, because I wanted to try it on as many people as possible because I wanted to see if I wanted to keep it. And then I was telling people, like, let's try it. So,
yeah.
And I think you were one of those people.
It did really work well. Like, I found relief right away, and it lasted a long time. Like,
right.
Probably, I don't know, maybe 5-6 months. It was really good.
Yeah.
So then when I started getting a lot of pain again, then I had another treatment. But
right, we've done just a couple, I think, since,
think
right?
two,
But
yeah.
So we haven't done a ton, just once or twice, and that seems to work for you. That's awesome.
Still good.
That's yes. So what are you able to do now that your hip is feeling better, your back's feeling pretty good, and all that?
Well, I just find I feel a lot better. I'm not in pain all the time, so I can do more things. Like I say, walking, I can't run because I have bad knees. I am limited to what I can do, but I was able to join an exercise class and do that an hour a week. I am exercising at home. I'm just able to function and do things without pain.
And you've lost quite a bit of weight too, I think you said,
yes,
right? Last
yes,
time.
I have.
Yeah, that's
Close
awesome.
to 50 pounds. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. And it's hard to do that when you're in so much pain, right? You can't really exercise as much, yeah.
Because like I have a treadmill and a bike at home, and especially the treadmill, like when the hip hurts, you can't get on that treadmill.
No.
And and especially if it might kind of give out, it's a disaster waiting to happen. And I gained a lot of weight when I had knee replacements because I couldn't walk, I couldn't get around very much. And
Right.
I've actually had 3 knee replacements, and like it took me down for months. And so, that's not a good excuse at all. I don't think, because when you're in pain, there's got to be some relief, no matter what your height or weight is or anything, right?
Oh, for sure. What would you say to someone who's dealing with some hip or even some back pain, and they're a little skeptical of coming in to see what we can do to help them out? They maybe heard some bad stories, or their nephews, uncles, friends, cousins, second relative twice removed had a bad experience, with the chiropractor or something like that, and they're a little scared or hesitant.
I've heard of, I actually know of people that will not come to a chiropractor.
Right.
I try to convince people to. I tell them what relief I've had with a chiropractor.
Right.
I think some people it's just really, really tough to convince them, but I do highly recommend you.
I really appreciate that. Is there anything else you want to add? Anything you think I'm missing? Anything that people would be curious to know?
It works well. I think it works well. Coming back on an occasional basis just to get a little tweak here and there really helps.
Right.
And I love the office. You guys are friendly. You're great. You're amazing. You're miracle workers as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I appreciate that.